Hello there, and welcome to Signal Chefs. My name is Said Halim, and I'm going to show you how to make the perfect tomahawk ribeye steak. So to start, I'm going to take a little bit of vinegar, just a capful on each side of the steak. So this is apple cider vinegar. You can use regular vinegar if you like, but my preference is to use this one. So you just take a capful, a little bit on each side of the steak. Alright, a little bit of olive oil, nice healthy amount there. Alright, and in front of me you see some seasonings here. So I've got some Cajun seasoning, seasoned salt, black pepper. This is Montreal steak seasoning, and this is garlic. In each of these here, I've got 1 tablespoon. I spread them out just for demonstration, but I'm going to go ahead and pour them all together into one to make it easy to spread on the steak. So there's my garlic, there's my seasoned salt, there's my black pepper, and my Montreal steak seasoning. So I'm just going to go ahead and shake it all up in there, get it nice and mixed up. All right. Now I'm going to spread it on each side here, so just one side of the steak. Now the vinegar and the oil help the seasoning to stick there, so that's why you want to make sure you put that on first. If you put it on after, sometimes I feel like the vinegar sort of washes off the seasoning that you just put on there and defeats the purpose. So once you get one side nice and coated here, we'll turn them over in a second. Now you turn your steak over. Okay, a little bit of vinegar again on this side. That one. That one. Again, some more olive oil on the other side. Alright, and then do the same thing we just did on the other side. So sprinkle all those seasonings on here. Get it nice and coated. You can't really overdo it because it's not that much salt. That's really the only thing you got to worry about overdoing it with, and it's only a tablespoon. Everything else isn't salty, so it should be okay. And remember, this is your steak, so however you like to do it, if there's any ingredient here you'd rather add or remove, feel free to change it to your taste. So now that that's done, we're just going to let this sit here for about 10 to 15 minutes while we go outside and go get the charcoal grill ready. So see you outside. Actually, before we go outside, I just wanted to show you the steak up close, get a little up close and personal with it, show you how it should look once you're done seasoning. You notice it's got a little bit of everything everywhere, the vinegar, the olive oil, all the different seasonings we got there. So again, we're just letting this sit for a little bit before we throw it on the grill outside. But there you have it. So now, as you can see, I've got my coals lit up here. Just wanted to show you I'm using Royal Oak Hardwood lump charcoal. It's not briquettes, they're actual chunks of wood. I'll show you that in a second. And to light it up and get it started, I'm using tumbleweeds instead of lighter fluid because this doesn't give an aftertaste and the fluid does. So they're little tumbleweed bundles that you stick in there to get the fire going. And these are the chunks of coal that I'm going to be using to cook the steak. So just wanted to show you that up close as well. Alright, so we'll just let this sit for about 20 minutes or so until it's ready. The coals are now gray and they are ready for cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and put my grate on here. I'll brush it off, scrape it off, and in a moment I'll throw the steaks on here. So now that we've got our grill ready, we're going to go ahead and put our steaks on, leave them on for about 10 minutes on each side, let them cook through. Again, it's all going to depend on how you want it to come out. I like it, medium, not bloody, but not cooked all the way through. So for me, that's about 10 minutes with a steak like this. smoky, but as you can see, we're rolling here. So it's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and flip my steaks. And just wanted to show you, it's a little hard to see with the smoke, but you see the char on there. That's exactly what you want, locking in all that luscious flavor. So I'll leave it on here for about 10 minutes and bring it in. So now that we cooked the other side of the steak, I'm going to go ahead and take them off. Taking them off a little bit sooner on this side. It seems like they're done. Again, I don't want to overdo it. You know, if you take it in and find that it's undercooked, you can always throw it back on here, but if it's overdone, and there's really no turning back. So I'm taking it off about 6 minutes in on this side. Inside. So now we're back inside. I've got my steaks on the cutting board, and remember, we had them out there for 10 minutes on one side and about 6 minutes on the other. I started to see that they were cooking the way that I wanted them to, so I didn't want to leave it on for a full 10 minutes on the second side after I flipped it. So all we want to do now is cover the steaks and let them rest. I know it sounds a little silly, but this is one of the most important parts of grilling a tomahawk steak. You just want to let it sit there, let all the juices marinate, and you'll be glad you waited. You know, it's worth the wait. So I'm going to cover it up, and we'll cut it after about 10 minutes, like I said. So now after letting our steak rest, we've cut into it. You can see, based on the color there, it's a little bit less than medium, but that's okay. I can tolerate that, but again, it's all up to your taste. If you wanted it cooked a little more, we would have left it on for maybe the full 10 minutes on the other side. If you wanted it cooked a little bit less, you just adjust the time to your taste, but that's about it. Well, that concludes my video on how to make the perfect tomahawk ribeye steak. I hope you enjoyed it. When you give it a try, feel free to let me know how it turned out for you. And like I said earlier, feel free to adjust anything to your taste, whether it's the seasoning, how long you put it on the grill and how much you cook it for, what type of charcoal you use. There are a lot of different variables, so it's really up to you. I look forward to hearing from you on how your steak turned out. Thanks so much.